Welcome to Cooking with Soy. I'm Judy Gilliard, or you might know me as Chef Judy from Judy A La Carte. And we're going to be cooking up some of my favorites. And one of the things I always like to do when I'm developing recipes is looking at how I can get it healthier while still keeping the integrity of the recipe. And one of the ways I do that is cooking with soy. And today I'm going to make the Spinach Artichoke Dip to start out with, using Melissa's Firm tofu as a base, along with light cream cheese, or Neufchtel, you might have seen it as. I'm going to put on my glove because that's really helpful in my kitchen, so I can use my hands as one of my best tools. My food processor, I'm going to crumble up the firm tofu into the processor, and tofu is very bland, so it will take on any flavors you add to it. So it's just a great way to health up that recipe. I'm going to add some light or Neufchtel cream cheese to this. And at this point, I can whip it up, and this becomes a base to almost any dip I want to do. I'm going to add some light mayonnaise to this one. Some salt, black pepper, and chili flakes, one of my favorite items to use in just giving that kind of back heat to something. Now I'm going to turn on my processor, and I'm really going to let this all blend together. Now this has all come together as a nice creamy mixture, and you can see this and see how great it is, like I said, to use as a base with anything. You could put dill in it, some garlic to make a garlic dip, or chop vegetables in it for a vegetable dip, and it's just the perfect healthy base. But we're going to make this into a spinach artichoke dip, which means I'm going to add some chopped spinach that was frozen, and I've let it thaw out, and I've wrung out all the extra water. I'm going to put that in. I'm going to add my green onions that I've just done a rough chop on these. I'm going to add it to the mixture, and I'm going to mix it together just by pulsing it. And now that this is all pulsed together, I'm going to add my marinated artichoke hearts. And I'm adding these at the last because I still want to keep some of the chunkiness of the artichokes in the dip. So I'll just pulse them in. Now I'm done, and you can see the other really nice thing about this is I've only used one bowl, so I haven't gotten a lot of bowls dirty. Now I'm just going to put my dip into my baking dish. Top it with some Parmesan cheese. And now pop it into the oven at 350 for about 20 minutes. Okay, I have my spinach artichoke dip in the oven, of course with the tofu in it that makes it a lot healthier and better for us because we're getting all those wonderful properties that are in the soy. Now I'm going to go on and make a pesto out of my edamame. And edamame is one of my favorite ingredients because you can buy it fresh or frozen. You can buy it in the shell, which you can steam, put some sea salt on it for an appetizer, or just use it in any dish that you want to make it a little healthier. I have edamame just on its own in a bowl with a little bit of butter, salt, and pepper, and I love that because edamame is rather sweet tasting. It's the fresh green soybeans, so before that's roasted. So to make my pesto, I'm going to put a clove of garlic in my processor. I'm going to add some of my edamame. And I'm going to then add my chili flakes. And we're going to just do that to start with. And I want to pulse these just to start getting them broken up and to get it started here. Now that my edamame is blended and kind of all mixed up, I'm going to start adding my olive oil to it. Now this is going to be a wonderful dip just on itself, and you can also do it to add it to stir-fried vegetables. After you do it, you can keep it in your freezer in little containers, so it's always at the ready. So I want to start adding my olive oil. I'm going to finish it with some Parmesan cheese. And I want to give it just a little taste, and I can see it's a little dry, so I'm going to want to add some more olive oil to it, but let's taste it for seasoning. Needs, I think, just a touch more salt. So we'll get some more salt in here. And now some more olive oil. So now I have a nice mixture that's going to be perfect for my dip. I'm just going to spoon it into a bowl. You can see how nice and creamy this turns out. And you just have to judge a little bit, adding a little more olive oil if you need to. Now for dipping. This was so much fun. I came up with this with different tortillas, a tomato tortilla, we have a whole grain tortilla, and we have spinach tortillas for different colors. I'm just going to spray my tortilla with a little nonstick spray on both sides, and with a cookie cutter, cut them out. And then I'll have, in this case, I have a little star that I'm going to put on my cookie sheet, and then I'll just toast them up. Now, I'm going to end up with these wonderful different shapes of tortillas. Here I have, for the holidays, you have a little snowflake. If you're having a card party, here's a diamond. You know, little angels. And of course, one of my favorites is a heart. So there you have for great dipping. Now we have our spinach artichoke dip that should be done in the oven. I'll pull out. We have our pesto edamame, and we're just lacking a drink. So let me get the things to make us the perfect drink for this party. Okay, I have my dips all ready for my party. My spinach artichoke dip, my pesto, and of course my fun little crackers. Now we need the drink. And for a perfect party drink, but also this is a fantastic drink for you to have mid-morning or mid-afternoon when you kind of get a little bit hungry and you want to keep it really healthy and do things that are good for your heart. That's what soybeans are going to do. So in my blender, I'm going to add some soft tofu, full of protein, remember, some frozen strawberries, and some 7-Up. This gives it that fizz and that really party flavor. Now we've just zipped it up. We'll pour it in my pretty glasses. You can find these recipes on nebraskasoybeans.org or go to the Bean Team Facebook and you'll find them there as well. You incorporate more soy into your diet. It's heart healthy and it tastes good. Nebraska Soybean Board encourages you to eat well, eat soy, and bon appetit.